Welcome back to the Mancave, and this is a video about CEX and postage. And I think I'm going to need some of my iced coffee, because this is going to be not a rant, but a good suggestion, I think, anyway. So I was having a look at the CEX website, and I do order things from time to time, but I only order it once in a blue moon, and there's a simple reason for that, and that's because of the postage. The postage is just outrageous. So I was having a look at PSP games on the CEX website, and for a couple of football games at a 50p, it was going to cost me £2 to buy 4 PSP games, but the postage was going to be £11.80, which is just absolute ridiculous, outrageous. CEX really need to change the postage policies, I think, because, you know, no one's going to be spending £11.80 on postage for games that are only worth 50p each, £2 in total. It's just crazy, absolutely crazy. So this is a video about me maybe suggesting, you know, ideas that CEX could maybe implement into the, I would say, procedures. My experience has been working in a warehouse, so I know everything about working in a warehouse, logistics, all that sort of stuff. So this is just a couple of suggestions, and I would love to know what your suggestions is in the comments below. So CEX, like all big retailers, have a big warehouse distribution centre, I believe. I know this because when I sent you know, some games to trade in, they gave me the option to either deliver it to the store or deliver it to the warehouse. So for me, the first thing I think that should happen is that when you order items on CEX, the postage should be measured by the weight of the product. So just say you've bought 10 games, they should actually, you know, calculate the weight of the products, and then that's your charge fee. And obviously maybe a fee, extra fees that it might cost using, you know, the likes of the Royal Mail, Every, DPD, whoever they decide is their courier of choice. So for me, it makes sense that if a particular shop doesn't have every single product and they need to use multiple shops, they should use your purchase order, and, you know, basically it should go to the main distribution warehouse, and from there they can order the items into their warehouse, sort them out, and then once your order is complete, then they can dispatch it out to you. And that would be a cheaper way, I think, of charging the customer for their postage. Now obviously it's still going to be not that cheap. It's not going to be Amazon, for example, although to be honest, a company like CEX, I don't understand why they don't have a contract like an Amazon, like an Argos, or anything like that. So it's quite a puzzling thing. Maybe they're doing it deliberately to get every penny they can. I'm not 100% sure, but there's more practical ways, I think, of, you know, delivering your items. And again, I don't understand why they don't have a decent contract with a Every, a DPD or something, if not the Royal Mail. So for them to be charging like £11 for 4 items that are tiny, they're not even heavy games, it doesn't make sense to me. So back in the day, they used to do it by weight, so I don't get why they changed it. A couple of years ago, I did used to buy quite a lot of PSP games, in particular online, because the Aberdeen CEX did not have them. And the postage was cheap. It was like £2.99, the same price that they charge now for an individual item. So I don't understand why they decided to take this rate. Maybe they were losing money due to the postage costs, but there's more practical ways, I think, to, you know, charge the customer postage. Charge them by weight rather than by, you know, individual SKUs, which makes more sense to me. Another suggestion, and I'm using my experience working in the oil and gas industry. So I don't know how big their warehouse is, but they are a big, retail company. So you would think they would have a pretty decent size of a distribution centre. So one of the key things with working in stores in oil and gas is your stock. That is a massive, massive thing. So especially when working, with very, tiny valves, for example, or various products that, keeps the operation going. It is vital that we have a thing called safety stock. Now, safety stock is, you go through your cycle counts, and cycle counts are basically your stock checks, making sure that your system has enough items for the demand that is needed. So for CEX, my suggestion would be, if they have the space, I don't know the implementations that they have at the current warehouse, but I think they should have a safety stock of every single SKU that they have on that website. So they should have, for example, just say, I'll give a great example, right? Just because I've got it right now. Just say the average they sell 10 Simpson Hitter runs, every single week, right? So you want to have 10 in the warehouse every single time. So they don't need to go to the, the franchises and the local stores to order the games to them. They should have the stock immediately in the main warehouse so they can send it to the customer, which makes more sense rather than try to source it from other stores, like just say CEX in London or CEX in just say Belfast or something. It just depends on the CEX. Now, I know that's not possible for every single game, but for common games in particular, I don't see the reason why they can't have a safety stock. And it would make sense to have a safety stock in the main warehouse hub so they can, fulfill online fulfillment. And the other thing is, as well, you need to look at the future. Retail is dying. So if CEX are going to survive, they need to have successful online business. They have to have good fulfillment. And the fulfillment right now is not very good. It's all over the place. It's an absolute mess. And I think, having a warehouse dedicated just to serve your online customers and forget about the sourcing from the local stores, and you only need to source from the local stores if needs must. If you do not have a copy of Simpsons Hit and Run, which you should do because it's a very common game, then you go and order it from CEX in, Newcastle or something, right? So that is the next thing I think that CEX should do, is go through their warehouse. If they've got a big enough warehouse, they should have a safety stock of every single SKU they have. It's that simple. So my final suggestion in this video for CEX, and they've kind of already got this idea, but it needs to improve in my opinion, is when you order online, you can collect from the store. Now, if the stock is in the store that you choose to collect, you can't go and collect it. But for some reason, they don't send, just say if you buy 20 games, right? And say 10 of them are from different stores in the UK. You can't collect it from your local store. So I don't understand why CEXs can't, from their main warehouse, source these products, and then from the distribution warehouse, they can send it to the Aberdeen CEX, for example. I don't understand why they do that. So they've kind of got that implementation in place for, if the stock is in your local store, you can come and collect it if you buy it online. But for other stock in other stores that's not local to you, you cannot collect it or get them to send it to your local store. I don't understand it. Like, I'll use a great example. Argos, if it's not in stock and you want it to pick it up, you can wait a couple of days and then you'll get the text message and the notification on your phone to say, right, okay, your product is now ready to pick up. But in 2024 now, right? And CEX's website to me is like, it's still like it's in 2007. It needs an overhaul, a complete overhaul. So I don't understand why a company like CEX can't have, you know, the same sort of processes as like an Argos, for example. I know Argos is probably a bigger company than CEX, but CEX is a major retailer in the UK and the only retailer for, you know, second-hand video games really in the UK, because let's be honest, games done with that now, so there's not really any major UK retailers now. So I think the future is online, sadly, for some people. I don't really mind it. I do like going into CEX stores now and again. But yeah, I think, you know, everything's going online. Just look at Amazon, look how successful Amazon is. Even the likes of Argos now are more focusing to online. You know, they closed a lot of locations and now they're basically just in a Sainsbury's now. So it's not the same as it used to be. Toys R Us, they died, and I think that was mostly because their online distribution was terrible and just couldn't get with the times, which is a shame because Toys R Us was a 90s kid's dream, let's be honest. So CEX need to improve to survive. I think they will survive because there's that high demand in second-hand games in particular, but they need to get with the times. It's so outdated, the website's a mess. But again, I really think if they went a similar route to Argos, where, you know, you could buy all your stuff, it's free delivery when you pick it up from your local store. Yeah, fair enough. If it comes to your address, then yeah, CEX I think have every right to charge for postage. But if it's going to your local CEX store, it should be run similar to like the process that Argos have. That's just my opinion, but I would love to know what you guys think. Is there anything that I've missed out that you'd love CEX to improve? And also let me know if you have any kind of ideas that you'd love me to speak about. I've actually really enjoyed making this video, and I really hope in the future CEX do address this, because, you know, I do have a love-hate kind of relationship with CEX, but I think if they'd done this, it would really improve the customer satisfaction, I think. I really do. And yeah, we need CEX for second-hand games. I do like CEX. I don't like everything about them though. I'm not a CEX creator by any stretch of the imagination. I love my charity shops. That's my bread and butter. But yeah, let me know in the comments, guys, and if you like this video, then fantastic. That's made my day. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Ciao.
This is your president, Donald J. Trump. Make sure you subscribe to my good friend, Scottish Mancave. You can join his Discord for free. Yes, I said it's free behind no paywall. I do like walls. Yes, I do. God bless America, and God bless Scottish Mancave.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
I've got a vote.